Hello and welcome. Welcome to this live stream. And this is for you if you are a self proclaimed high achiever, if you are an empath, if you are someone who deeply and profoundly feels so deeply, just feels deeply, right? If your emotions, if your expressions are heightened, if you tend to be the one who either holds them in, right? And then they explode all of a sudden. Or if you're someone who tends to want to express yourself and you do that through journaling, or you do that through writing, or maybe you come and you do lives of your own, or maybe you're a leader in your own right and you run groups in your church or in your business, or even if you're a leader within your own home, this is for you. So I tend to attract people into my teachings, into different series that I teach who are empaths, who are high achievers, who have created this life for themselves where they know that they're perpetually creating or wanting to purchase or wanting to be amongst some more of the material possessions. And they do this through, the example that I always use is they go and they buy the faster car, or they go and they buy the other boat, or they go and they, take another vacation or take more people on vacation, whatever the tangible kind of outcome might be as far as like material possessions. And before I dive any deeper, if we've never met before, my name is Chantel, and I help people who are at that brink where they're at this point in their life where they sit back and they kind of look around and they go, wow, I realize that I have been seeking external validation through these material possessions in order to somehow fulfill something within me that I know I'm lacking. And I'm aware of it, right? So there are many people that are doing this that are unaware. But the clients that I work with, they're very aware that they're doing this. They're aware that they are trying to fulfill a hole, literally like within them, and to feel better about themselves, about their lives, about their relationships by these external validations, by these accolades, by climbing the corporate ladder, by opening more businesses, by making more money. And they come to this crossroads where they realize, if I am truly going to fulfill my destiny, if I'm truly going to answer the question, who am I? Who am I? Who is this spirit, this soul, this essence that is moving through this body? If I'm ever going to really answer that question and to feel as if I have left my legacy here on earth, to feel as if I were to leave this body today, if I were to leave this earth today, I feel completely fulfilled. I feel profound. I feel as if I have left my mark. I have left I was here in this moment in time. And if I'm going to do that, I realize I'm at this area of my life, I'm at this crossroads where I realize I'm going to need to look inward. I'm going to have to reflect deeper. And whatever that means, we could call it spirituality, we could call it the awakening, we could call it like you've come to this dark night of the soul moment, whatever the language might be that you use for yourself. But they realize, so this is what I do. I help these people, I guide them, I mentor them, and I am the seer, right? I see the unseen. I can see the patterns that they are doing in their life. That, topically it looks like purchasing the boat or the faster car or getting into another relationship. And I'll be very honest, a lot of my clients, they tend to carry this masculine energy, right? This masculine energy of doing massive things in the world, creating great abundance in the world, whether that's in the form of dollars or in the form of people or businesses. But they carry this masculine energy, not necessarily gender, but they carry this masculine energy of the doers, the shakers, the front leaders, the ones who want to massively shift the world. But deep down inside, what they're also really packing with, like deep within them, is this desire to not only experience such passionate, profound, unconditional love on the outside of them, right? In the form of an intimate partner, in the form of a business partner, in the form of with their current relationships. But really, truly, like when I ask my clients, what kind of relationship would you like? I start to hear, X, Y, and Z of what they would like to attract for them within their partner. But what we start with is the relationship with yourself, the most important one, right? So that's what I do. And that's what I help. I help these clients. I help my clients who have this awakening to, this awareness to, if I am ever going to really leave the kind of legacy that I want to leave here on earth, it is going to take a pause. It's going to take a moment for me to come within, to go within, and to dig a little bit deeper. And it's going to take a mentor, someone on the outside of me who can see these patterns, who can, all of the things that I do as far as the modalities, right? I'm a quantum numerologist, I'm a Reiki healer, I'm an EFT practitioner, all of those things that I can bring into the client session. But really what it is I can feel your energy, I can feel your frequency, I can see exactly where you're at. And then we help map out the plan in order to get where you want to be. And I will share also that 99.999% of my clients that come in at first don't necessarily know what they want, or what they believe they want isn't actually what they really want, right? And it's gonna kind of like wrap it all back up into the title of this, and how to stop chasing the external validation and the material possessions in search for deep, profound love. So when they realize it's a feeling state, that what they're seeking in the next accolade and the next achievement and the next physical, material possession, what it is it's a feeling state. It's that high, it's that euphoria, it's that I had something to go after, I had something to chase, I got it. And I feel bliss, I feel euphoria, I feel what feels like deep, profound love for myself, love for this other person, love for these things, right? I get to go out there and wax my boat, I get to go out there and like drive my fast car, I get to go do all of this stuff, I get to be in the world, only to feel like you're kind of perpetually on this cat and mouse chase. Okay, now what's next? Now what's next? And it can feel good for a really long time. But again, the people that I help, the clients that I attract into my vortex, are those who realize I can't keep chasing these accolades. I can't keep chasing these external validations. I can't keep doing this perpetual spin of I get the next thing, I get the next shiny thing, and I experience it and it feels amazing. But then I'm just searching for the next shiny thing to feel amazing. And they realize they've come to this point in their life where they realize it really is the emotional state. It really is the feeling state that they are seeking. And that's the going inward. That's the reflection. And that's what I help my clients do. And so when we talk about how to stop it, I want to leave you with a couple of things here. One, literally the how-to, and we're going to talk about that. But two, the two different ways that you can work with me, and I'll share that here at the end of the live before I sign off. But two different ways you can work with me, not for me, but work with me. The first one is a free offer that I do weekly, and the second one would be a paid offer. And we can talk about that again. I'll mention it before I hop off this live. I always feel like it's my spiritual due diligence to not just leave people like thirsty for more. So if you're thirsty for more at the end of this live, then I'll definitely share that with you, or share that with you. So how to? Well, the first thing is to recognize that what I'm searching for, what I'm seeking in this deep, profound, the clients that I work with, they feel this desire to be needed. They feel this desire to not only experience love within themselves, within others, but they feel this desire to be desired. They feel this like, my heart is so full, it's like bursting. I just want to share the love that I have within me with others. And I want to feel that reciprocated, right? I want to feel as if I am so deeply desired the way that I desire other people to desire me. That's the spin. And so when we talk about how to stop chasing this external and material possessions, the first step, one, is to recognize that it's not the material possessions. It's not the other person that you're seeking. It's not the other relationship. It's a feeling state. It's an emotional state. I always like to give like real world examples. So like beyond maybe the boat or the car, the next material possession, maybe it's another home, or it's, a vacation home, whatever the thing might be. It might show up sometimes as looking like, here I am in this relationship, and we sit down for dinner, and across the table from me, I'm looking at my partner, and I feel as if we're strangers. I feel as if I crave this deep, and again, I'm going to use the deep, profound kind of connection and camaraderie with this other person that's sitting across from me. And I feel like we're strangers. I feel like we've lost our ways. Sometimes it can show up as that. Sometimes it can show up as I'm seeking this on the outside of my relationship, right? So I'm seeking and I'm finding, maybe it's not the shiny boat or the fast car, but I'm searching for and creating affairs with other people and other relationships, because I feel like this is something I can go out and I can quote unquote achieve. I can go out and have a moment where I feel like, oh, I got it, right? I got it. And it feels fun, it feels exciting. But then you realize again that what you're really chasing was the emotional high, the feeling, the euphoria state. So one is just to recognize it's not the other thing or the other person that you're actually chasing, right? It's not the material possession that's giving you the high, it's the feeling, it's the emotional state. And the second thing would just bring to your awareness that anatomically, right, biologically, what emotions are is energy that's in motion, energy that's in motion through your body. And this is something that I dive deeper into, and I teach on a very elementary level, and then we dig deeper through a 10-week series. But when you understand that energy is in motion through your body, and you are literally not your emotions. So let's say that you're like, okay, you've got the accolade, right? You've got the thing that you've been chasing, and you feel this euphoric bliss, and you're like so in love with your life, and everything's going really well. And then what happens? It might take a day, it might take a month, it might take several months before you come down off that high. And then you're feeling kind of lost. Maybe you're feeling a little overwhelmed, some confusion, some desperation for the next thing that you get to seek out, right? Many of my clients are looking for that next treasure chest, that next thing that let me go for it. And unfortunately, a lot of them, like after they've got all of the things in the world that might be perceived as like good things, more homes, stuff like that, they start to seek out, again, like the negative relationships. They start to seek out affairs. They start to seek out punishing themselves in ways where like they're over abusing alcohol or drugs. Like you can see where, like, when we just take a step back and we look what's underneath it, that's the emotional state that that people are really seeking. And by people, I mean the clients that I work with. This is what I see day in and day out. This is what I see that's underneath why they're seeking out to work with me. And so then what I do is I come in and I help them. Quite possibly this is you who's listening right now, to understand, one, to step away from the material possession, two, to understand it's a feeling state that you're seeking. And I guess we can call this a third one, to understand that the emotions that you're feeling, so when you're moving into that dip, into that, I don't want to feel what I'm feeling right now, that it's literally energy in motion and it wants to move. And biologically, we cannot feel, like if you are human, you cannot feel an emotion, a high intense emotion, longer than 15 minutes. 15 minutes, 1-5. So if you are feeling overwhelm or desperation or confusion or frustration or anger, whatever it might be, that you're not wanting to feel for longer than 15 minutes, you're feeding it. You're feeding that emotion in order to stay in it. And this is what I teach you, how to stop that, how to stop that perpetual spin and that constant feeding of where you're staying in a negative state longer than 15 minutes. And this is really manifestation, right? When we talk about law of attraction, when we talk about how you're manifesting your world, you're manifesting based on the energy that's in motion throughout your body, the little hormonal state that you're living in. Are you dropping into instinct and you're living from this gut response, this visceral response of lack, and I've got to grab the next shiny thing, I've got to go for the next person that might go for me? Or are you living in intuition? Are you living in inspired action? Are you living in this thing that propels you to the next and to the next, where you feel like your higher self is then enveloped into your physical body? And so, again, I want to leave you kind of with some tangible stuff that you can do for yourself. One, just notice, what is it that I'm going for? Maybe you're in college and you're going for your degree. Okay, what is the feeling state that I am seeking when I earn this degree? And how can I give that to myself right here and now? Right? I know this is a loaded question. Or maybe it's the relationship. Maybe what I desire is this love affair, this, like, I want to find my person, right? I want to find my king. I want to find my queen. I want to find this person that when I meet them, I'm going to feel like, how have I lived without them for my entire life? This is it for me. So what is the desired feeling state that you desire to feel? And how can you possibly bring that into your body right here and now? I'm just going to pose that question. And what happens is the frequency, the energy starts to move if you're willing to just even ask yourself this question. Am I willing? Am I willing to ask myself this question? But this is what I help clients with, to literally then move into that frequency, move into that energy. Because if you're going to attract this person into your life, if you're going to attract this experience into your life, then you need to move the same frequency, the same energy of that. And so I guess overall, to kind of summarize this, is to notice that you are not, or to know to just kind of land in to I am not my feelings, I am not my emotions. And this is something we hear a lot of, especially if you've been doing the self-help books and maybe even the weekend retreats or gone through any other kind of mentorship. You understand this at a very, I mean, a pretty basic level, right? I'm not my emotions, I'm not my feelings. But just ask yourself right now, how long have I allowed these emotions to kind of be the thing that moves me through life, right? When I'm feeling anything other than I desire to feel, and how long do I stay in that? And then I let myself take actions based on that emotional state. And so it's just a pause, it's an awareness. It's the first step in divine timing. When I'm aware of what I'm aware of, I can shift it. And you as a human have that superpower. It is your biological right, it is your right as a human to choose the next emotion. And this is what I teach my clients to do. This is what I teach them to, one, be aware of what they're feeling, and then to be able to take a step back and consciously choose the next emotion. Again, it seems super simple, which is everything that I teach, but when you take these silly, simple steps, you manifest the life that you desire. You start to manifest the partner that you really want to experience coming in to cohabitation, to this deep, profound, passionate love affair that is a conscious coupling, right? And it's not part of this kind of secret love affair or this, I'm going to go out and do all of the things that aren't necessarily good for me. uh, you know, um, Overindulging in alcohol, overindulging in drugs, overindulging in food, overindulging in workouts, right? So, whatever the thing might be. And so, I'm going to leave you here with if you're feeling like, okay, now what? Now that you've stirred this up in me, now what? If you're a high achiever, if you're an empath, if you feel like I am consistently trying to put out the love that I really desire to feel back within me, and I really am ready to stop seeking the external validations and material possessions. And as an empath, I'm ready to be empowered by that. So, empaths, this is for you also. If you feel like I'm at the whim of my emotions, I can't be around certain people, I teach you literally how to create this energetic field where you are empowered by being an empath versus at the whim or at the mercy of it. So two different ways. One, I have a free offer. It's every Sunday, and it's at Soleil Lofts. And I do different posts here. I can drop a link down below and kind of give you some more information about that. But it's every Sunday at noon, and I offer a free energy session. So you can just show up. You can be in my energy. You can be amongst other people. It's a super safe and really fun way to come together. It's 30 minutes. I run energy and frequency into you, and you accept it, you receive it, and I teach you how to do this on your own. So if you're feeling like I'm ready, but I want to dabble and I want to just kind of understand who, I am as a person a little bit more, I understand that. And then the second way is, pay to offers, paying to work with me. And there's two different ways we can do that. I do have room on my calendar right now for some one-on-one mentorship. And then I have a group that I'm running right now. It is a 12-week series, and I call it Holy Shift with a T, Holy Shift, because it's all about those 5-degree pivots that you make in your life to truly transmute the way that you are experiencing life and to completely come from intuition to deep into who you truly are as a human, as this spiritual, this soul that is moving through this physical body. So if this is you, group would be another way that you could join us. This is something that we do move through divine timing. So we started officially today. I have about half the people that are on replays. So what that looks like commitment wise is 2 hours per week. You can be there live or on the replay. And I teach you step by step how to literally drop the things that are no longer bringing you joy, that in the end is not going to bring you the joy. You probably really shouldn't be doing anyways. And to how to call in what is truly for you, what is truly a part of your path. You start to understand, you dive deeper into your purpose and who you truly are. And you get to move through the world in creating the next for you that is truly for you, free of the patterns that you've been running or the conditioning, the programming, or what your parents told you should be, or what your partner expects of you, or what your kids are hoping you become, all of that. Right. So it's like, how do we quantify that? How do we quantify an emotional state, a feeling state? Well, it literally, you look around your life and you look at, well, first of all, like, am I in the body that I really desire to be in? Right. Do I have the numbers in my bank account that I really desire to see when I log in there? Do I have the confidence and the conviction within myself as I make decisions in every single area of my life? So many people that I work with, they have this confidence and conviction in business, but they don't have it in their love life. They don't have it in their personal life. And this is where I love attracting the kind of people who want to be not only still be high achievers, still be the empath that they truly are, but be able to live at their peak potential literally in every aspect of their life. And that is possible. That is your birthright. You're talking about energy and frequency. So, if that is something you'd like to do and you'd like to work with me in one of my paid offers and one of my paid sessions, it is an investment, right? When we're investing in ourselves, we are trading in energy for energy and in energy in the form of currency for the energy that I can teach you and help you to step into the kind of life that you really desire to live. So the group offer is good for about another week because we do follow divine timing. You'd want to get in before then. I'm going to say like the next 5 days in order to be a part of the process. Otherwise, you could jump in at the next time I teach the group. But how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you really are ready to change your life, the suggestion would be send me a direct message. You could comment here on the live as well. And I'll be in contact and we can have a conversation. Until then, energy is, or emotions is just energy in motion. Let them move. If you're feeling it more than 15 minutes, know biologically you are calling that into yourself even more. And this is what I can help you to rid that consistent pattern, that perpetual pattern that you're writing for yourself. All right, with that, deep breath. I love you all, and I will see you in all the places and all the spaces. And the best way to see or to really dive deeper and to really be able to be sure that you can work with me would be to send me a direct message. All right, until next time.